How's it going, guys? It's Artifact. It's Friday. It's my last sound design video for the week. I'm absolutely exhausted, but I'm going to get this one out to you guys. This is going to be a quick little video on how you can make a sort of tense, evolving pad with a little bit of progression and a little bit of variation. So we're going to firstly start off with the main kind of pad progression, and then we're going to go into a little kind of counter melody that sits with it. I'm actually currently creating my first sample pack for my friend's company. They're called Laut samples. You can check them out below. If you want any of their products, you can get a discount with my code. They actually have really high quality drum samples and everything, really low price, but I'm going to make like some more experimental leads and basses and stuff like this. Yeah, I'm a bit not nervous, but I haven't made a sample pack before, so it's a new thing for me. And I thought I started making one sound already, and I was like, all right, I'm going to show you guys like sort of how I would go about making like some cool like pads and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a different tutorial than a normal Vital one today. Although the patch actually comes from Vital, and it's one of their presets already, which is absolutely wicked. And let's have a quick look at it. So this is called the evolved lead, and what I've done is I've sort of just modulated it a bit and changed it, and then I've created like a chord pattern using it, and then I'm like kind of doing some effects and turning it into kind of my own sound. So if we just have a little listen to the original, what I've started with here, you know, after sort of tweaking it around a bit, then I created this MIDI pattern, which is the key of D, but I wanted to get some sort of harmonies in here. So what we do is we actually, if we go very simple, so it's kind of like a evolving kind of saw wave pad, you know, it's quite simple. But just to make this kind of tense atmosphere for example, an intro, I've doubled up this note here with an A sharp, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's eight semitones up. So obviously 7 semitones up would be like a sort of classic 7th chord. But if I go with 8 first, that adds like this bit of tension, and then that's kind of relieved a bit when I drop it down to the 7th note on the 2nd. So if we have a little listen to like the pattern, it's just 2 progressions, but it's very simple, but it's effective for creating a tense atmosphere. Yeah, so I've gone a bit crazy there, but simply, I've put on some fresh air, give it some treble, and then I've put on one of my favourite plugins for getting different resonances, Formant filter from Kilohertz, also shameless plug. Use my code to get that one, save money if you want it. Then I've just done a little bit of kind of modulation with the volume, just very simple. And yeah, just bounce that out, and then I want to get a bit more creative after I've bounced it out. So the bounced out version, let's have a quick listen to that. Oh, my nose is really itchy. Anyway, I've actually gone on to use Portal, which is a plugin that I just absolutely love because you can get such crazy effects from it. And yeah, I've just kind of I've left it on the default setting, and it's got this kind of glitchy stutter effect. So what I'm doing is I'm just like bringing it in and out the effect a little bit on certain parts of the loop. So let's take a little listen. You can hear it starts to sort of break up the sound a little bit. So we just get a bit of like variation in quality, which gives the whole like overall pad like a bit more movement and dynamics. And then this is where things start to get a little bit interesting, because you know, we leave that on, we put a bit of fresh air on just to bring up the treble a bit more. And then this is the cool part. So what I've done is I wanted to create like a counter kind of melody to go with it, to give it like even more kind of depth and interest. So I actually bounced out this version, which is this part then over here, and I've reversed it. And where these little swells kind of come out of nowhere and go up, now by reversing them, it's kind of like I've got the little hit at the beginning and then it fades off. So these are what I kind of came out with in the end. these kind of little hits from the reversed parts of the swells, and then I've sort of faded them off so we have these kind of more obvious like sort of stabs rather than like long pads. But they're still quite soft in essence. And then what I've done is, again, I've used the formant filter to sort of shape the sort of tone of the sound a little bit. And then I've put on an Echo Boy. I'm going to do like a tutorial on all of the Sound Toys plugins and why I love them and which ones to use. But this is just a little preset. A little bit of an interesting delay is added with this one. And then what I've then gone on to do is I've bounced them out as they are here, put them into this new little channel here, which is the Cartographer Hits, because this is the Cartographer pad, which I just kind of, it's a bit of an homage to, well, you won't remember. Anyway, we just chucked on a little bit of delay and brought the treble out a bit more. But if we now play them together, so I especially like this part here because we get this kind of like sort of interesting vocal almost sounding soft stab, and then it kind of comes back into that swell from the sound it originally came from. So these kind of blend together to give, yeah, really kind of interesting kind of starting texture, I think. So that's a really simple little trick you can use to get some interesting kind of pads. If we play it along with the beat as well. So that's quite a cool little starting loop, or you could also use it as a sort of transitional part of your track, have it sort of in the background, maybe layer some bass up underneath it. I hope that's a little helpful tip for you guys. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much for all your support on this channel. It really means a lot. I'm nearly at 500 subscribers, which is actually way more than I thought I would be able to get. So thanks a lot, guys. If you want to leave a comment down below saying something funny or good, then I'll happily be happy about it and reply to you and stuff. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.